How to build a morning routine inspired by Stoicism. Imagine this. The alarm goes off. The room is still. Outside, the world is beginning to wake, but you have a few sacred moments of quiet. Instead of jumping into emails or scrolling through your phone, you take a different approach, one rooted in ancient wisdom. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." It's a reminder to cherish the simplest gifts of existence, but how often do we forget this in the hustle of modern life? Today, I want to show you how to create a morning routine inspired by Stoic philosophy. A routine that doesn't just prepare you for the day, but transforms how you live it. Habit 1. Reflect on the transient nature of life. Let's start with a practice that can completely shift your perspective. Reflecting on life's fleeting nature. It sounds heavy, doesn't it? But this isn't about gloom. It's about clarity and gratitude. Here's how you can do it. Find a quiet corner where you won't be disturbed. Sit down, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Picture the universe in your mind. Imagine stars being born, shining brightly for billions of years, and then fading into darkness. Picture entire civilizations rising and falling, mountains forming and eroding. Now zoom in. Think of your life, your morning coffee, the people you love, the projects you care about. Realize how temporary it all is, but instead of feeling sad, let it fill you with appreciation. For example, think about your morning commute. Maybe it's something you usually dread, but if you see it through this lens, it becomes something else, a fleeting moment in the vastness of time. Maybe it's the last time you'll hear that favorite song on the radio or watch the sunrise peek through the buildings. Suddenly, it's not a chore. It's a gift. The Stoics believed that by reflecting on impermanence, we learn to value what we have. As Seneca wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." Habit 2. Journal your thoughts. If you've ever felt like your mind is a jumbled mess of thoughts and worries, journaling can be your best friend. It's not about writing perfectly, it's about making sense of your inner world. Marcus Aurelius used his journal to reflect on his own behavior and challenges. His entries weren't written for anyone else to read. They were raw, honest conversations with himself. Here's how you can start. Grab a notebook, a blank sheet of paper, or even a note-taking app on your phone. Begin by writing down whatever comes to mind. For instance, you might write, "I feel anxious about the meeting today. I'm grateful for the conversation I had with my friend yesterday. I'm still frustrated about that argument with my partner." This mental dump clears your head. Next, take a moment for gratitude. Write 3 things you're thankful for. Maybe it's the smell of rain, the comfort of your favorite sweater, or the smile of someone you love. Gratitude grounds you in the present. Finally, reflect on your values. Ask yourself questions like, did I let frustration get the better of me yesterday? How can I be kinder today? What small step can I take toward wisdom, courage, or justice? Write it down. This process, though it might take only 5 or 10 minutes, helps you approach the day with focus and intention. Habit 3. Set daily intentions, not goals. Now let's talk about intentions. While goals are about achieving something in the future, like finishing a project or running a marathon, intentions are about how you show up in the present. For example, instead of saying, "I'll finish that report today," you could set the intention, "I'll approach my work with focus and patience." It's less about the result and more about how you act. Let's say you're a parent juggling 1,000 things. A goal might be, get through bedtime without any tantrums. But an intention could be, I'll be patient and present with my child, even if bedtime gets chaotic. Setting intentions shifts your focus from outcomes, things you can't always control, to values, which are entirely in your hands. Write down your intention for the day and keep it simple. For example, today I'll practice gratitude. I'll listen more than I speak. I'll approach challenges with courage. These intentions act as a moral compass guiding you through whatever the day brings. Habit 4. Embrace discomfort. Finally, let's tackle a less glamorous but essential part of Stoic practice: embracing discomfort. In today's world, it's easy to stay in a bubble of convenience, ordering food with a click, skipping exercise because it's hard, or avoiding tough conversations. But the Stoics believed that discomfort builds resilience. You don't have to do anything extreme like running barefoot in the snow. Start small. Take a cold shower. It wakes you up and strengthens your mind. Walk instead of driving, even if it's inconvenient. Fast for a few hours, appreciating the simple act of eating when you finally do. One example from my own life. I used to dread speaking up in meetings. My natural instinct was to stay quiet, to avoid the discomfort of being judged. But I started setting small challenges for myself, like saying one thoughtful thing in every meeting. Over time, it got easier. By practicing discomfort in controlled ways, you prepare yourself for the bigger challenges life throws at you. As Epictetus said, difficulties are things that show a person who they are. Conclusion: why these habits matter. This routine isn't about perfection. You're not trying to become a Stoic sage overnight. It's about small, meaningful actions that help you live more intentionally. When you reflect on life's impermanence, you appreciate its beauty. When you journal, you create clarity and connection with yourself. When you set intentions, you align your actions with your values. And when you embrace discomfort, you grow stronger and more resilient. Imagine waking up tomorrow and starting your day like this. Not rushed, not overwhelmed, but grounded in purpose and gratitude. That's the power of a Stoic morning routine. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." So, what will your morning look like tomorrow? Habit 5. Embrace discomfort. The idea of embracing discomfort might seem counterintuitive at first. Why would anyone willingly make their life harder? But the Stoics saw it differently. They believed small, deliberate acts of discomfort could help us build resilience and prepare for life's inevitable storms. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advised, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" It wasn't about suffering for its own sake. It was about realizing that many of our fears of loss, hardship, or discomfort are less terrifying than we imagine. Practical examples. Here's how you can weave this philosophy into your mornings. Take a cold shower. Yes, it's uncomfortable. The cold water shocks your system and your instinct is to avoid it. But as you stand there, you realize something powerful. You can endure it. This isn't just about waking up your body. It's about waking up your mind. It's a daily reminder that you're stronger than you think. Skip your morning coffee. For many of us, that first cup of coffee feels essential. But what if, just for today, you skipped it? Remind yourself that your energy and determination come from within, not from an external stimulant. Reflect on past hardships. Take 10 minutes to sit quietly and think about a time in your life when things were tough. Maybe it was a breakup, a loss, or a difficult decision. Remember how you got through it. Reflect on the strength you showed and the lessons you learned. It's a reminder that you've faced challenges before, and you can face them again. Choose physical exertion. If you normally drive to work, try walking or biking instead. Feel the burn in your legs, the fresh air on your face. It's a small act of discomfort, but it grounds you in your physical capabilities and connects you to the world around you. Why embrace discomfort? There are two key reasons the Stoics valued this practice: training the mind and spirit. Think of it like exercise for your resilience. Just as lifting weights strengthens your muscles, stepping out of your comfort zone strengthens your ability to handle life's bigger challenges. Appreciating what you have. When you go without something, whether it's hot water, coffee, or convenience, you appreciate it more when it's there. and you realize that your happiness isn't dependent on these external comforts. In the words of Epictetus, "He who has learned to endure discomfort is free." Habit 6. Practice mindfulness and meditation. While Stoicism and mindfulness come from different traditions, they share a profound truth. Most of our suffering comes not from the events of life, but from how we perceive them. Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them." In other words, it's not the argument with your partner or the delay on your commute that's upsetting. It's the story your mind tells about it. How to practice mindfulness. You don't need a fancy meditation cushion or hours of free time. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, and it starts with something as simple as your breath. Here's a step-by-step guide to a mindful morning. Find a quiet space. This could be a cozy corner of your room, a park bench, or even your car before heading to work. The key is finding a space where you can sit undisturbed for a few minutes. Focus on your breath. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Feel your chest rise. Exhale slowly, and feel the air leave your body. Your breath is always there, grounding you in the present moment. Observe your thoughts. Your mind will wander. It's natural. Maybe you'll start thinking about your to-do list or replaying a conversation from yesterday. When this happens, gently bring your focus back to your breath. No judgment, just awareness. Expand your awareness. After a few minutes, broaden your focus. Listen to the sounds around you, the hum of the fridge, the chirping of birds. Feel the sensation of your feet on the ground or the coolness of the air. Stoic-inspired mindfulness practices. Mindfulness isn't limited to meditation. Here are some other ways to stay present, inspired by Stoic teachings. Pause before reacting. The next time you feel anger or frustration rising, take a moment. Ask yourself, is this within my control? Often the answer is no. Letting go of what you can't control frees you from unnecessary suffering. Gratitude for the present moment. As you drink your morning coffee or tea, pause to really savor it. Feel the warmth of the cup. Notice the flavors. It's a simple act, but it brings you fully into the present. Why practice mindfulness? The Stoics believed that most of life's pain comes from worrying about the past or fearing the future. By grounding yourself in the present, you can find peace, even amidst chaos. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Conclusion: a morning of purpose and strength. By embracing discomfort and practicing mindfulness, you're not just starting your day, you're fortifying your mind and spirit. These small acts, a cold shower, a moment of reflection, a mindful breath, aren't just habits. They're declarations of your strength, resilience, and commitment to living a purposeful life. Imagine waking up tomorrow with this mindset. The world doesn't feel as chaotic, and the challenges ahead don't seem as daunting. You're calm, present, and ready to face whatever comes your way. As the Stoics remind us, life is unpredictable, but with the right practices, you can navigate it with grace and strength. So what small discomfort will you embrace tomorrow? What moment of mindfulness will you create? Habit 7. Expanding awareness. Through mindfulness. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind, it's about filling it with the present. Once you've settled into your meditation, expand your awareness to the sensations in your body. Practical example. Tuning into the present. Let's say you're seated on a chair. Feel the weight of your body pressing into it. Notice the texture of the fabric beneath your fingers. Is the room warm or cool? Don't judge these sensations, just notice them. Then, gently transition to your thoughts. Picture them as leaves floating on a stream or clouds drifting across the sky. You're the observer, not the participant. This isn't about controlling your thoughts. It's about learning to let them pass without attachment. This practice mirrors a core Stoic principle, the distinction between events and our judgments about them. By observing rather than engaging with every passing thought, you strengthen your ability to respond rather than react. Enhance the practice with a Stoic reflection. Dedicate the last moments of your mindfulness session to reflect on a Stoic teaching. Here's a favorite. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Marcus Aurelius. Ask yourself, how does this apply to my life today? Perhaps you're facing change at work or in a relationship. This quote reminds you that while change is inevitable, your perspective shapes your experience. Mindfulness, when paired with Stoic wisdom, becomes more than a calming ritual. It's a tool for cultivating inner strength and clarity. Habit 8. Revisit Stoic teachings. The teachings of the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, aren't just ancient relics. They're timeless guides for living with purpose and resilience. But here's the catch. Their wisdom isn't a one-and-done deal. It's meant to be revisited, reflected on, and lived. Practical example. Morning rituals with Stoic texts. Imagine this. You sit down with Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Instead of skimming, you let chance guide you. You randomly open to this passage. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. At first, it feels simple, but as you sit with it, layers unfold. Maybe it reminds you of a recent argument, where emotions ran high because you focused on what the other person said, rather than how you chose to respond. Write down your reflections. Journaling helps crystallize the lesson. It's not about perfection, it's about discovery. How does this teaching align with your experiences? How can it guide your actions today? From reflection to action. The Stoics didn't just read philosophy, they lived it. If today's teaching is about focusing on what's in your control, practice it during your day. Stuck in traffic? You can't control the cars, but you can control your patience. And if you're lucky enough to have a Stoic friend or community, share your reflections. A 10-minute conversation over coffee can deepen your understanding and connect you with others on the same path. Habit 9. Practice. Amor fati, the love of fate. Of all Stoic principles, amor fati, the love of one's fate, might be the most transformative. It's not about passive acceptance, but an active embrace of life's twists and turns. Practical example, embracing the unexpected picture. This, you've planned your morning perfectly, breakfast, workout, and a clear path to work. Then your alarm doesn't go off. You're rushing, you spill your coffee, and traffic is worse than ever. The old you might have spiraled, why is this happening to me? But with amor fati, you shift. What can I learn from this? Maybe the coffee spill forces you to slow down. Maybe the traffic gives you time to listen to a podcast or think through a problem. This shift doesn't erase the frustration, but it transforms it. Suddenly, life's challenges become opportunities, not obstacles. Morning practice for amor fati. Start each morning with a mental rehearsal. Reflect on potential challenges, an annoying email, a delayed train, a difficult conversation. Now, visualize yourself embracing them, not as setbacks, but as stepping stones. Marcus Aurelius said it best, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. With amor fati, every event, good or bad, becomes part of the masterpiece that is your life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, share your thoughts in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter. You can also support us on Patreon. See you next time.